Fast-paced systems really make a business sing. And one of the simplest systems to put in place is the Blue Form. Now, the Blue Form is a very basic market appraisal form, and before you go out to every appraisal, you got to fill in the Blue Form. Now, the benefits of that Blue Form is that there's ultimately one very simple question: what's the problem that you're looking to solve by buying, moving, or selling? It then has the 11 reasons why people are actually selling. Now, if you think about that, that could be anything from having a baby and a job relocation, right the way through to some very unfortunate events like a divorce or a deceased estate. And even things that have no timeline at all. Like, for example, people that are in a situation where they're aspirationally looking to move, they're downsizing, or maybe they could be having what we got to call a sea or a tree change. Now, the reality of it is, if I actually rang you up and said, hey, guess what? I've got a great listing presentation. I need you to come with me. The owner is in a position that they're doing a job relocation. You would be so quick to want to come to that listing presentation because you know that they're a real seller. The next conversation after that, if I then rang you the next day and said, hey, I've got a listing presentation and I need you to come and see these people, they're thinking about downsizing between now and maybe the next 15 years. How would you go into that appointment? You wouldn't have that level of energy, would you? Because you know that ultimately it's not really a listing right now. And this is the challenge about what great fast systems are all about, is about really teaching people why we do what we do and collecting the right information. There is not a CRM anywhere in Australasia that I've seen that actually tracks sellers based on what we go to call that very simple idea, the problem they're trying to solve. Now, last time I checked, the bigger the problem, the faster you'll move. If all of a sudden your husband and wife, they come home and they say, hey honey, guess what? We're having triplets. I bet you that changes everything. And all of a sudden they're going to be forced to do a residential property transaction. This is the skill set, is to really make sure that you only follow up sellers based on their problem type. And you never go to a market appraisal or a listing presentation without having an idea about the reasons why they would actually sell. When you actually know what the problem type is, you can then work out what to do around the specific challenges that they'll be going through, how you ease their concerns, or how you ultimately go to connect with their vision. The more that you do that, the better off that your business is going to be. So this is what a fast system is. It's about putting something in play because it actually helps you to be able to improve a customer and getting them to market quicker. And what you've got to realize is that sellers will sell at any time. Sellers will sell when they're ready to sell, but it's actually your sales process that gets them ready. Think about the experiences that you could get them involved in, from inviting them to an auction, to bringing them to an open for inspection, to showing them a competing home, to showing them a property they could buy, to being in a position that you get someone else from your office or even a trade or service provider to come back and have a look at their property to encourage them to actually bring it to market. That's what you've got to build. You've got to build a business that's got great, rock-solid systems that actually make it faster to be able to deal with more buyers and more sellers more often.